talk it over. Maybe
Hello, Cape Ann people. Thanks for joining us this evening, and welcome to Local Music Scene. I'm your host, Alan Estes, and we're going to be playing some songs for you this evening, and I have a very special guest here with me, and we're going to talk with him and hear him sing some songs. But first, I get to do a song, and this one's called Under the Spell of You. Sitting in your cluttered kitchen, staring at your crooked cabinets, in the wee hours of the morning, by a lonely laughing lantern. And I'm writing you this letter just to say goodbye, good luck, 'cause I'll be out there on that highway by the time you're waking up. It's just something I must do. Oh babe, I don't blame you, but I was falling under the spell of you. Staring out a worried window on an ancient afternoon, after countless cups of coffee at some old roadside saloon, dreaming about the endless evenings, sinking in your cozy couch, while the player played piano. Two lovers, they cried out. Now I'm reaching for the phone, praying you'll be home. I'm still falling under the spell of you. And reality was never such a mystery, but the truth is, darling, you just got the best of me. Now I'm driving down your driveway, weaving through the twisted trees, and though I know I'm going crazy, you are where I gotta be. So I'm coming back for more. You're waving from your door, and yes, I've fallen under the spell of you. Oh, thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. And once again, welcome to Local Music Scene. We have a very special guest here with us this evening, and he's been a part of the Cape Ann music scene, been playing locally here and actually all over the place, but we get to see him locally quite often for the past 15 years or so. Please welcome Inge Berge. Inge, good to see you, buddy.
Alan, it's a pleasure being here, man.
Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah.
And before we get started talking about stuff, how about a song?
Sure thing.
Okay, Inge Berge.
Such a trip to meet you here, my fellow solipsist. A clever man once said, or was it me? All the people, all the things, the great plan in the sky, are they simply there because I see? No, that can't be true. There is me and there is you. Let there be love. Say it isn't so. Let there be friend, let there be foe, let there be love. All the feel around the felds, Eureka around the rods, Cogito, air gone, nothing, it's a thought. say and all I do until the day when I am through. It's written in the script and I'm caught. No, that can't be true. There is me and there is you. Let there be love. Say it isn't so. Let there be friend, let there be foul, let there be love. We all die alone, right? We all die as one. Oh, we all die alone, right? We all die as one. Isha Upanishad, Isha Upanishad, samsara, samsara. Oh, Isha Upanishad, Isha Upanishad, samsara, samsara. I'm singing, oh, Isha Upanishad, Isha Upanishad, samsara, samsara. Isha Upanishad, samsara, samsara.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Whoa.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Great. So, welcome to the show again.
Thank you.
Great song. We're going
Thank
to
you.
talk about your new CDs and stuff in just a second, but I always like to try to start out with giving the folks a little bit of history.
Sure.
So, why don't you kind of tell us, where you're from, how you kind of got started in the singing and all that good stuff.
It's a long and convoluted story, but
I
but
know,
yeah.
I'm asking you to. That's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, like you mentioned, I've been around Cape Ann about 15 years plus at this point, I guess, and came here. I was a student in Boston. Originally, I came from Europe, from Norway. That's where I'm from, my fatherland, and I came over to Boston to study music in Berkeley. I guess my initial plan or my dream, I guess at that point, but at that age, was to go to Hollywood eventually and become a film composer. Didn't really happen that way. Though. Instead,
Well, you definitely have a theater background, right? And I mean,
I've done a bunch of theater. Yes,
Yeah,
I have done a bunch of theater work, written and
Written
played,
scores.
written some incidental music for plays, things like that, and slept on couches in theaters, that kind of thing. You remember Tina?
Yeah.
That's right. And generally doing playing guitar work and stuff for theater productions. And things
I
like
bet that must be pretty challenging. I mean, because to write songs for that kind of genre must be very specific in the sense of you watch some sort of a scene, they need a song there, and so it's already like you have a lot of it planned out as to where you can go with it, right?
It's definitely a special kind of challenge to that, I think, yeah. I don't, so maybe some of that stuff, who knows if it transfers a little bit into my writing as a more indie artist, I don't think of that necessarily when I write tunes nowadays that I put on CDs and release, but, maybe there's some of that, element of that thinking in
I would
there.
think it would be a kind of a great practice, if nothing else, to be able to just mix and mold as you need to, because there's a part of songwriting that always is that.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah,
sure, I hear that.
that's very, very cool. And so, when did you eventually, start branching off from that and start putting bands together or going out and playing more, in like a kind of a club scene kind
Well, I think it happened kind of at the same time. I mean, I was lucky enough to be, the fancy title, they called me a resident music director of Gloucester Stage Company back in the day.
Okay,
Very fancy title then, no pay, great title.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Isn't that always the case?
Exactly, right. So I was working there and doing my thing over there, working every aspect of the productions over there. But at the same time, I was meeting people, musicians, a little bit, and started forming, bands. And, in particular this duo we called it Vagabond Vision. It was Maureen Dexter and myself, and we played. It was the first one in Gloucester. We would play the clubs around here, get some gigs at the Rum Line and all the places, and do an acoustic kind of thing with that, with original songs, and then since then it's just been kind of, I've been coming and going to Cape Ann for, like I said, 15 years, and always just gigging in various conglomerations with various bands, solo too.
And you have a new CD out?
I do have a new CD out.
Yeah, why
Yes.
don't you hold it up for
let's
us
see.
there?
Actually, this is called this camera there. Is that the right one? 10 True Things and a Filthy, Dirty Lie, and it's my latest CD. It came out in the late spring this year. So it does have an ass on the cover. I don't know if I can show that on local TV. Is that okay?
You could put your forefinger on the
I
front
can put
of it.
it's a very nice ass.
Oh, yeah. Well, that makes all the difference,
So there
I
you go.
think.
There it is. So I'll put it down now. Okay. All right. There you go. Okay.
Cracking witnesses.
There you go. There you go.